I'm Sid Sullivan. I'm a candidate for mayor. I want to we all have platforms or things that we'd like to do, but I think in terms of who you want for mayor, you really have to have somebody that has the stature and that has the integrity to run the community. Some of my issues basically are a responsive government, one that you have a city council that is active, a city council that understands how our city operates, that interacts with city staff and develops the policy to direct the city manager. City manager runs the government. City council will not be determining who's hired, fired, or what the people do, but or directing them on what they do, but they need to have the information on what city government does so they're informed in terms of making policy. That's a primary role of the city council. That's why we have this form of government. And the only way we have this kind of government that works is if we have that open channel of communication. So if that's blocked, we're blocking the responsiveness of that city council, and voters have to go and lobby the city manager or the city staff to get things done rather than the city council. So we need to have an open form of government where there is that open form of communication. Some of the biggest problems that we're going to face are the finances of the city. And I mentioned earlier that they got the December sales receipts in. The November sales receipts were just a little under 1.5 million. That's what we used to run the city on. December, after all the summer or the Christmas sales had been running in November, after the stimulus for the automobiles and all that had run in November, the sales receipt the city got were down 95%. So we went from 1.5 million down to a little under $90,000. We can't operate the city on that kind of a budget, and hopefully that's an aberration, and it is not a continuing trend, but it's awfully scary. So we have to look in terms of the way we're financing our city and the way we're providing the police protection and the fire protection in the city. That's an area that we have to take a very hard look at, and I think in some ways open it up in terms of how are we going to structure our finances so that we can support the kind of city that we've all come to enjoy and that we want to live in, and that is safe for everyone in the community, and that provides the kind of protection for everyone in the community itself. And finally, just briefly, in terms of growth and development, I really am a strong believer that as we're growing, we need to develop strong neighborhoods with a sense of identity. We're no longer a city of 25,000. We're losing that intimacy that you have in a small town, and we cannot no longer have a downtown area and just a bunch of houses throughout the rest of the city. We need to develop a sense of neighborhood identity where people can gather, can know each other, can have that sense of neighborhood intimacy that you don't get in a larger city. People are attracted to Columbia because of all the kinds of resources we have, and it's really an ideal place that draws us all, and we all have truly come to love. But we need to continue on in the spirit of having the neighborhoods where we have a sense of intimacy. My background, briefly, I'm retired from a Fortune 100 company. The company was Hoffman LaRoche. We did a lot of strategic planning in terms of the way we would target where we were about to go. We planned our finances. We knew about where we could go. We knew what the competition was. And we planned our finances to get on each step of the way. I think as a city, we need to exercise some of that as well. We need to look at the kind of finances we have so that we can build the infrastructure into the neighborhoods as we're developing. That may mean controlling the kinds of development we have so that we're not building 30 separate developments all at once. I don't think that's going to happen in this recession. But in the past, we have just scattered shot that, so we're not providing the kind of city services that everyone really deserves in the city. So.